Well, hello, good afternoon everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back and I hope you're doing fantastic out there. In this video today we have an offering from NoeiFevo. This is a lithium iron phosphate battery charger. Now this one puts out 14.6 volts at 40 amps. So this is a perfect charger for charging your 12.8 volt lithium iron phosphate batteries. In fact, this one here is ideal for charging your 200 amp lithium iron phosphate batteries. Now the current retail price at the time of me filming this video for this 40 amp charger is $139.95. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up and see what's included in this package. I think you guys are really gonna like this product. And as you can see, it comes packaged very well. It was taped up very well. So opening it up, the first thing that we see is this little card, this product user information guide. Feel free to hit the pause button if you want to read any of this information a little bit longer. I will do the same thing with the user manual here briefly. Precautions for use, there's some warning information, danger information, and then right here it talks about the little LED indicator telling us the status of the battery charging, and I will talk about that. And then of course there is some common faults and solutions. Now here we're taking a look at the user manual for this battery charger. It's got English and Dutch. So down here there's some internet links and things that you can get in touch with NoeiFevo if you wish to. So starting on the first page here, it's talking about please select the appropriate charger based on your battery voltage. So this is the one that we're working with today. And then there's some maintenance and use precautions, how to connect the charger, and I'll talk about that in the video here. There's basically 3 steps, very simple. And then how to connect if you're going to be using the alligator clip version, which this doesn't apply to us. We're going to be using a different connection method, and you'll see as the video unfolds. And then it does talk about if you were using alligator clips, make sure that you have a secure connection, otherwise the clip can overheat and possibly melt. And I've actually had that happen before and I didn't know why they were melting. So on this little chart it's talking about charging modes, and then pre-charge stage T1, constant current charging stage T2, constant voltage charging stage T3, and then again it talks about the LED indicator, storage, and warranty of the product. So that wasn't too bad. Very nice user manual from NoeiFevo. The next thing that we see is the charger itself, and this comes with lots of good stuff. So the first thing that we see is the power cord, plugs into a standard outlet, and this reminds me of a computer power cord. So very common, very easy to find replacements if you need one. The next thing that we see is the ring terminals, which we can use to directly connect to the battery. And then right here we have a 120 amp Anderson connection. Very nice. I like that they chose this 120 amp Anderson connection, because that connects right here. I think it goes like this, and it connects together. So basically what we would do, let me disconnect, we would connect this to the battery, and then we would make this connection, and then we would plug in the charger, and then it can work from there. So it's very easy. I just basically described the steps. So as you can see, it's packaged very well, well protected in this box. Nice foam inserts on the side of the charger. There is a little card inside the box that's showing us that it's been inspected. Nothing left in this box, so we'll set that out of the way. And then of course we will take off this foam And this is a look at the charger. Take a look at that. That is a fantastic looking charger. NoeiFevo XYM-750W, 14.6 volts at 40 amps. This is fantastic. Charging indicator. Red, when your red light is on, you are on standby. When it's flashing red, you are charging. Then it'll go to a green flash telling you that you're above 90%, and then when you see solid green, charging is complete, and that is the indicator that we're going to be looking at. As you can see, this is a nice aluminum housing. There's a nice fan there, and then we can plug it in right here. So beautiful looking charger, 110 volts, so it takes standard current here in the United States. I can't wait to get this thing fired up. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull in this 200 amp Chins lithium iron phosphate battery, and let's go ahead and make these connections to the battery. And the cool thing about these rings is they are perfectly sized for the M8 bolts. This battery will be a perfect candidate for the charger. The cool thing about these Anderson 120 amp connectors is you don't have to disconnect them from the battery. You can leave them connected, so when charging is complete, you just disconnect this one right here. So it's very, very cool. I'm going to just make sure they're nice and tight so that we get good electrical flow. Make sure that when you're tightening your wrench that you don't accidentally short it out if you're using a metal wrench like I am. I've actually had that happen before and seen some pretty neat little sparks. So always keep that in mind, folks, when you're doing this. So now that's nice and tight, and now we can plug it into here, and it's safe to do that because we're not plugged in here yet. So we'll do that pretty soon. I'm going to just move the battery right over here, a little bit off camera. I want to be able to see the back side here. Boy, I love the thickness of these wires. Those are heavy duty wires, up to 300 volts. Very nice. Very good quality wires. And now from here on the back side, I can just make this connection. Okay, so now you can hear the fan running and you can see that we are charging. Right here on the left, you can see that little indicator, that LED. When the charger is on standby, that will be solid red, telling us that we're ready to go. Now you're seeing this red flashing indicator. That's telling us that the battery is below 90% full. And then that will eventually change to a green flashing LED indicator. When you see that, it's telling us that we're above 90%. And then when this little LED indicator goes solid green, it's telling us that charging is complete and that we are at 100%. Now, as I'm sitting here watching this thing charge, I thought that I would take a little bit of time and talk about it a little bit. This is for lithium iron phosphate batteries, and the recommended charging current is 0.2 C. So the 40 amp charger current that we have here is the best option for 200 amp hour batteries. Now this 12 volt lithium iron phosphate charger is a smart charger for 12 volt lithium iron phosphate batteries. This charger supports 0 volt charging function to reactivate or repair batteries that have not been used for a long time. The charging specifications is 14.6 volts and the charging current is 40 amp. The rated input voltage for this charger is 110 to 120 volt alternating current. It enables a high charging efficiency of 90% when charging lithium iron phosphate batteries. Now, one of the cool things about this charger is how it's made. It has a durable shell and a very nice cooling fan. This charger shell is made of aluminum alloy, and with the built-in fan, it makes it a high-grade, fashionable, good heat dissipation charger. Now, some specifications of this charger: it can charge 12.8 lithium iron phosphate batteries, lithium 3-stage charging curve like I showed you in the user manual. So this charger has lots of protection systems, short circuit protection, incorrect battery protection, incorrect battery pack protection, output over voltage protection, reverse polarity connection protection, and it also even has temperature protection. Very, very nice. So you don't have to worry anymore about unsafe factors when you're charging your batteries. Now this is capable of operating at 5,000 meters above sea level, and the cool thing about this charger is it automatically shuts down when your battery reaches 100% full. For charging a 200 amp lithium iron phosphate battery from start to finish, you can achieve that in about 5.5 hours. Now if you want to charge a 300 amp battery, you're looking at about 8 hours to get that fully charged. Unlike many other chargers on the market, this one has 3 things that I want to talk about. It's got activation, so if you have a dead battery after a BMS has protected the battery, this charger will wake it up from being BMS'd out. It also can repair a battery that's not been used for a long period of time, and this will help extend the battery's lifespan. And lots of other battery chargers on the market don't have these things. So as you saw, the way to connect this thing to a battery correctly is we make the connections here first, then we connect the 120 amp Anderson cables, then we plug in the charger in the back as you saw in this video. And of course, once charging is complete, we get the green solid indicator. We can disconnect the Anderson and the power. That's all we need to do when we're finished. We can leave the wires right there on the battery. Now this company, NoeiFevo, does have 3 different options available for making your connections to the battery. It's pretty cool that they offer different ways of connecting the charger to the battery. Now the dimensions of the charger, if we look at the length of the charger here, it's 222 millimeters long. It is 130 millimeters wide, and it is 72 millimeters tall. So the power cord that comes off of here it's a long cord. It's 1,020 millimeters. And the cord that goes off here that's plugging into the outlet, that's 1,210 millimeters. And then of course these connectors that go from the battery to the Anderson, those are 390 millimeters long. Now the net weight of the charger is 2.2 kilograms. So at this point, I'm just going to let this battery charge. And now here you can see that the indicator is solid green, so charging is complete. And to be completely honest with you guys, I'm impressed at how fast it charged this battery. So now that charging is complete, we can disconnect the Anderson right here from the battery, and then we disconnect the power from the back of the charger. And that's all there is to it. It's a very simple process, and it worked like a champ. So now that charging is complete, let's go ahead and take another voltage reading and see what kind of voltage we have in this battery fully charged. So here, let's take a look. We have 13.42 volts. That is fantastic. That is definitely a fully charged battery. I'm impressed. So my final thoughts on this NoeiFevo battery charger, I like it. This thing is awesome. It made quick work at charging my 200 amp lithium iron phosphate battery. It did a good job. The fan seems to provide good airflow to cool this thing. I love these 120 amp Anderson connectors. Very good choice, and I like that you can leave them connected to the battery. So if you're interested in this, I will put a link in the description box down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to leave thumbs up and comments down below. And until next time, have a beautiful day. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now, everybody.